നാഗ്പൂരിൽ നിന്ന് 110 കിലോമീറ്റർ അകലെ തഡോബ ടൈഗർ റിസർവ്. തഡോബയിലൂടെയുള്ള ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഈ യാത്രയ്ക്ക് ഒരു ലക്ഷ്യമുണ്ട്. പ്രശസ്ത വൈൽഡ് ലൈഫ് സിനിമാറ്റോഗ്രാഫർ സുബ്ബയ്യ നല്ലമുത്തു ഇപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെയാണ്. കൊടും വനത്തിനുള്ളിൽ കടുവകൾക്കായുള്ള കാത്തിരിപ്പിലാണ് നല്ല. കഴിഞ്ഞ 18 വർഷമായി നല്ലമുത്തു കടുവകൾക്ക് പിന്നാലെയാണ്. കടുവകളുടെ രാജ്ഞി എന്നറിയപ്പെടുന്ന മച്ചുലിയെയും തഡോബയിലെ താരമായ മായയെയും നാം കണ്ടത് നല്ലയുടെ ക്യാമറ കണ്ണുകളിലൂടെയാണ്. കൊടും വനത്തിനുള്ളിൽ ഞങ്ങൾ കണ്ടുമുട്ടുമ്പോൾ പ്രഭാത ഭക്ഷണം കഴിക്കാനുള്ള തയ്യാറെടുപ്പിലായിരുന്നു അദ്ദേഹം. പുലർച്ചെ കാട് കയറിയാൽ തിരിച്ചിറക്കം ഉച്ചയോടെയാണ്. അതുവരേക്കുള്ള ഭക്ഷണം ജിപ്സിയിൽ കരുതും. 2 പതിറ്റാണ്ടിലേറെയായി കൂടുതൽ സമയവും കാടിനുള്ളിൽ ചെലവഴിച്ച ഈ മനുഷ്യന് ഇപ്പോൾ ഇതെല്ലാം ശീലമായി കഴിഞ്ഞു. കാടിൻ്റെ ഓരോ തുടിപ്പും നല്ലയ്ക്ക് നന്നായി അറിയാം. ഇലകൾ അനങ്ങിയാൽ, പക്ഷികൾ നിർത്താതെ ചിലച്ചാൽ, കുരങ്ങന്മാർ വലിയ ശബ്ദമുണ്ടാക്കിയാൽ, അങ്ങനെ എല്ലാം. കാടിൻ്റെ വിശിഷ്ടാതിഥിയായി നല്ലമുത്തു എത്തിയാൽ സ്വീകരിക്കാൻ അവനെത്തും. തഡോബയിലെ 12 വയസ്സുകാരൻ മട്കാസു. കടുവയെ തൊട്ടരികിൽ കണ്ട ഞങ്ങൾ ഭയന്നെങ്കിലും നല്ലമുത്തു ശാന്തനായിരുന്നു. നിങ്ങൾ കരുതും പോലെ ഇവർ അപകടകാരികളല്ല, നല്ല പറഞ്ഞു തുടങ്ങി.
Tiger is not a risk at all. You can go, you can even in 10 feet, 20 feet you stay, nothing. Tiger is always safe. Tiger always, they understand, they see the whole jeep as a big object. They won't see individual people. Tourism area, if you see tiger, no, it's a jeep. The minute you get down, tiger will try to run away first. I'm telling you, that's experience. It's a very wrong myth of tiger is a man-eater, tiger kills people. Yes, there are some incidents. Tigers from outside the park, because there's no space here. Nowadays, we have more tiger, very less space. So a lot of tigers are out now. So these tigers, for survival, they go to village, they try to get some cattle, to kill cattle. There some incident happens to safeguard themselves. Obviously tiger will have to safeguard themselves. That attack happens, which you can't blame the tiger, because that's a situation in our country. everyone thinks it's a risk, but I don't think tiger never attack anyone. Tiger is the safest animal. You hardly find any incident. That's all very, very small incident. That is all, no, it's very rare, no. But generally, tiger is the safest animal. In my experience, they avoid conflict first. They try to run away from you first. But still you go, then you try to give a warning. But still you pursue and go something, then they try to do a markup charge. So then, no, that's what, with tiger, that risk is not there. But risk is there making film like this and to sell. That risk is there, but not going next to a tiger, which never a risk at all. It's always tigers are safest animal. We will not go next to the tiger. If tiger wants to cross, there will be some 3-4 vehicles are there. Obviously, they have to cross closer to the vehicle. They just give a warning. So that one needs to understand and come out, then automatically it goes. I have seen so many examples, like there's one tiger which I used to follow. The minute you go and stop, it always sit on the way. It gets up, give away. The minute I cross, it comes back and sit in the same place. So they are very, very safe animals. I mean, you need to understand the warning.
അടയാർ ഫിലിം ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ടിൽ നിന്ന് സിനിമാറ്റോഗ്രാഫി പാസ്സായ ശേഷം നല്ലമുത്തു എത്തിയത് ISROയിൽ. അവിടെ റോക്കറ്റ് വിക്ഷേപണം പകർത്തുന്ന ഹൈസ്പീഡ് ക്യാമറയിൽ പ്രാഗൽഭ്യം നേടി. ക്രിയേറ്റീവായി എന്തെങ്കിലും ചെയ്യണമെന്ന അതിയായ ആഗ്രഹം പിന്നീട് സുബ്ബയ്യ നല്ലമുത്തുവിനെ കടുവകളുടെ ക്യാമറമാനാക്കി. അനിമൽ പ്ലാനറ്റിലും നാഷണൽ ജിയോഗ്രഫിയിലും ഡിസ്കവറിയിലുമൊക്കെ നമ്മൾ കാണുന്ന കടുവകളെ മിക്കതും ചിത്രീകരിച്ചത് ഈ പ്രതിഭയാണ്. തമിഴ്നാട് സ്വദേശിയായ നല്ലമുത്തുവിന് കേരളവുമായും അടുത്ത ബന്ധമുണ്ട്. മുൻ ISRO ശാസ്ത്രജ്ഞനും മലയാളിയുമായ നമ്പിനാരായണന്റെ സഹോദരി പുത്രനാണ് S. നല്ലമുത്തു.
When 91, 92 and all, any wildlife program, if it comes in National Geography, the only international crew only will do. There's no Indians. So anything which comes in television, they always think only international people. I thought, why can't Indian? We try. So that was the first attempt. So I used to work for the foreign crew comes to India, so I used to work for them. Then I thought I will do something on my own. So that was the first thing which individually I wanted to do. I always treat animal as a character. So see, Living on the Edge series was, on the series we talked about pollution, we talked about don't cut the trees, save the planet, but it never reached the audience. It never reached the audience, but it didn't work. So I thought, let's try to humanize, try to tell a story through animal. So that was the first attempt we tried animal. So I'm very passionate. I'm passionate with animals, so I want to do something with animal. So those days, there's a lot of demand for tiger films, because tiger only in our country. The cheetah is in Africa, lion in Africa, elephant is in Africa. I thought tiger is the only country, and tiger was getting affected because of so many problems. I thought, why don't we do something for tiger? Then I started working on tiger. I'm still working with tiger for the last 15 to 20 years, I can say. So that is the main thing. So individually, I follow one tiger. One film I take 2 years to make. Minimum 200 to 300 hours, to 300 days I film. Then I produce. So like this, I spend lots of time and produce films. First time I was in Bandhavgarh. I was doing a film for WWF International. So that was my first experience. At the time, I used to go on the elephant to shoot tigers. So that was not a good experience because from elephant it's very difficult to shoot from the top angle. I didn't like it, but even though that was the first experience, then I thought, this animal got great potential. So I just thought, why don't we tell a story through one particular tiger? So that was my first initiative. I started following Machli's family. So I spent at least, 10 years only with Machli's family, I can say. I produced one film on Machli. It took 7 years. In that meantime, I also did 3 films on this Machli's family. So almost 10 years I dedicated my whole 10 years and followed the character, produced all our outstanding outstanding characters, outstanding stories. So that from there the journey started actually.
Machli, Queen of Ranthambore. Within this paradise, Machli's produced 5 litters and raised 9 cubs to adulthood.
See, tiger is always, now I'm filming for the last 15-18 years. You can keep filming. It's a very charismatic animal. Every body language and every movement in tiger is different. You will never get tired of filming. Even whatever I was seeing the first time, I'm still I can film for another 10 years and 20 years of tiger. The tiger has got its own charismatic, that lots of things, not one. You can't define tiger in one word. And every character is different, and every tiger mothers are different. So every forest is different. The character changes from situation to situation. Character changes from forest to forest. So tiger has got lot. One can learn lot from tigers. For a life, you can learn lot from tigers. I've learned lot. So that's why I wanted to tell that story to the audience. So that is my forte. I'm filming in Maharashtra now. I'm following Maya, a family of Maya. I spent 2 years, almost I've completed. So after a point, morning to evening, you were sitting there, you were waiting for her to come out. It's a bamboo forest, very difficult to see the tigers. Anytime she'll come, we'll have to wait. So you become a part of the family. You're part of the family, you understand each and every movement, you analyze every movement. So it's like that, because even Machli, I spent 7 years. You can see, that if you see the film on my Machli, you can see the kind of that attachment in the film. The same thing I want the audience also should feel the connection between the animal and this thing. That's why I make a film which can reach to the grassroots, for the local mass, with the local language, so that they can connect and they start respecting and value the species. So that's the main idea. So I don't preach, save the tiger, save this planet, because that never reaches. We did it in Living on the Edge. It was full of preaching, don't do this, don't do this, and people didn't realize, people didn't react. So now if you start telling a story through a character, so they can relate with themselves, because it's a pure story. So that's my aim, to tell more stories which whatever experience I am facing it, I am capturing it, which I wanted to put in the film and take it to the grassroots. You are restricted to shoot from the jeep. You cannot get down in our country, and you are not allowed to shoot before morning and after evening, sunset and sunrise. Sometimes in the winter you may get little bit darker, you get opportunity. Otherwise, normally, you are allowed only after sunrise and sunset. So something happens in the night, you miss it. So these factors, these are all the difficult factors to tell a character-based story. Difficulties like, you follow a character, you're emotionally attached, the story is building up, you lose the character, in between you lose the character. For example, I did a film called Tiger's Revenge. Before that, my first two films are individual tigers, just one tigers, no mother and cubs, no cubs. So I thought, let's do one film with mother and cub. So I started following this mother and cub. After exactly 3 months, spend a lot of money. We pay a lot of money to enter the park because our filming fees are quite high. Approximately we pay 15 to 20,000 rupees a day. So after 3 months, you lost the mother. It's a natural death. So you feel bad about it, one. Second thing, you lost your story, you lost your money. So that's the second one. And these two cubs become orphan. So you feel bad about it. So it's a natural death, it's not in your hand. But still, there's no other way, you have to continue because the story is still, there is possibility, there is always a hope that you will get a great story. You keep follow. Then what we did is we kept 2 remote cameras to follow these 2 orphan cubs. Forest department, with the help of forest department. Then we started monitoring these 2 cubs only through camera traps. Then we realized one day in the camera trap we got some image of one male in the camera trap. Then we realized the male is a father who is taking care of these 2 cubs. Then there's a hope for the story. Again you put money back, you follow. So then then there's one more tiger, and meantime I thought, let's follow one more tiger, separate tiger for a standby. You spend money for it and you need a story for that. You parallelly start putting money into both the films. Both the characters means 2 different films. And one day after the father story, we started, you leave that particular character, started following this. Then you put more money. Then luckily what happened, the character which I was following parallelly, that tiger has come back to this territory. Then the story became stronger. Then you got the story. Then there was a mating scene between the father and the new character which is coming. The father was bringing this cub very secretly. There's a conflict between these 2 cubs and this new character which entered. So this story, what I mean, is just keep every day changes. Overall, if you see, we all are proud saying that we got more number of tigers. But in my perspective is, I don't think we can handle more tigers. We don't need tigers more than what we have, because we don't have space. First of all, let's save the tiger which we have first, and try to, develop this corridors, develop this territory, develop this habitat. Then one can think of, multiplying tigers. But without understanding, without putting more effort on this, there's no point of increasing the number of tiger and say that we got more numbers, we are success. As a filmmaker, I may be wrong. As a filmmaker, this is what I personally feel, because I'm seeing on a daily basis the kind of a pressure these tigers are going through on a daily basis. They have to survive in the middle of mining, middle of political pressure and tourism and local village issues, lot of issues. One single tiger, if you see, she's surviving in the middle of all these big factors, and they have to survive. For that, the main thing is we need corridors, we need habitat, we need more space. Then we should think about increasing numbers. Otherwise, these numbers are not the right thing.